Now let the playoff bonanza begin, as our Louisiana Only squad has finally made the playoffs, and first play goes to JJ on the quick swing out. Will pick up 8. However, this team is struggling right now when it's come to injuries, and we'll talk about that in just a second. As we have Joe Burrow back in pistol, will be a play action roll down to the bottom, going all the way down to the bottom, finding one of his receivers. That is not an actual receiver, the tight end in Newhouse. But we are missing 2 starting receivers in Chark and both Marshall, as Marshall dislocated his wrist in practice. Luckily though for us, we're starting off rather hot as we find JJ with another big catch, this time a first down to the 35. So we are running a little thin at receiver, though we do still have our 299 overalls, but Jarvis Landry will have to step up in the slot today. Also, if we could get Davis Price going in the tight ends, I think our offense will do just fine. The Rams are not here because of their offense. They're here because of their defense, who were 5th in the league this year. The offense, though, not much good to really talk about from them. However, the opposite for us. We've had good on both sides this year, as we have a 3rd and 8 needing the first down here. Burrow goes down to the bottom. JJ will actually end up losing some yards, and we'll have a 4th and 3 at the 28. And while we could definitely just attempt the field goal, we've had some inaccuracy with our field goals of late, so let's try to go for it here, as we are going to have Sheldon Newhouse with the catch and the first down to the 24. It wasn't fancy by any means, but gets the job done, and that's what we're looking for today, just getting the job done, as tomorrow will be the Madden release date, and I plan on having a video out tomorrow as per usual, though with work earlier in the day, the video will be out much later than usual. I'll try to get it out by about 7:30. It's going to be the announcement video, essentially, for the start of our new traditional franchise. As this Louisiana Only squad currently has a 3rd and 2 down at the 15. We have 2 spread either side. Quick slant, almost intercepted. Intended to try to find Chase there, but was just too close. So a 4th and 2. Once again, we're going to try to go for this one, as for some reason Driscoll is out there. Well, he could get a handoff in the playoffs. I guess that works out just fine. But we've had to convert 2 4th downs on this drive. I would like to finish it off in the end zone with all this effort, as Burrow sits in the pocket and gets crunched. A hit from both sides. Luckily, that ball will fall without any harm. As we have 2nd and goal still at the 10. We've taken off a lot of time as well, about 4 minutes, actually more than 4 minutes, about 5 minutes since the start of this game. Lead blocker up top, but there's several Rams defenders, and they will get the stop after a short gain. So it's about end zone or bust here on 3rd and goal. Not really fully bust, but we'll hand it off down the middle, and Davis Price down to the 3. And while we definitely could have went for the field goal this time, why not try to go for the touchdown? We've gone for it twice on 4th down already. Let's try to do it this time again, though we're looking for a touchdown, as Burrow gonna have to scroll out, evades the rusher, and has enough speed to find the end zone. The first playoff points is a scramble on 4th and goal. Burrow finds the end zone, and he's here to roll all the way down to the bottom. Luckily, he has some speed. Though I am curious to see how our defense does against this Rams offense that wasn't rated very highly. It's a handoff down the middle for Kamara, who will pick up 2. Now, they do run a pretty split offense in terms of pass to rush, but they don't really get a lot of yards from it. So I'm assuming they've had a lot of turnovers forced from their defense and have had just the ball in good spots. They were 10 and 7 to finish the season, so they were definitely a wild card team who just found a way to squeak through to the divisional round, as they will squeak out the first down there on 3rd and short. And from there, they'll come out with a heavy set. 2 tight ends up top, 1 more down to the bottom. Hand it off to Kamara right down the middle. Here comes the corner safety. I think that was Stingley, who just got shucked off. Normally a pretty decent tackler for a DB, but not there against Kamara. 2nd and 2 as they come out with a split backfield. And we won't run a play because it's actually going to be the end of the first quarter. Well, we took up most of that time on offense, so hard to say what it's looking like right now, as we were only 4 or 5 plays in on our first defensive drive. Handoff right back down the middle. We'll say that they're running the ball pretty well right now. Granted, that's pretty much all they've tried, so if it's not broke, don't fix it. With a bunch down to the bottom in shotgun, will be a pass, so I guess they're going to try to change up something. Cross the middle, pick up some yards, 6. And they've gotten the ball down to the 40. With 7 minutes left here in the second quarter. They're looking to tie a game up by the end of this drive as back to Kamara. Now, it is surprising that they're not as successful through the air, considering they do have Herbert at quarterback. Maybe that's why, as he throws the pick straight to Patrick Queen, who I've called probably 80 times this series McQueen. Patrick Queen gets the pick, will hold on to our lead as the offense will retake the field. Now, it's not normal. That part is normal. To throw an interception, play 1 from Burrow. What I was trying to say is it's not normal for this series to have any sim portions during the playoffs, but as we're playing all the playoff games, and hopefully there's multiple, we are going to do a little bit of simming as they have a 1st and goal, throw away, 2nd and goal, 4-yard rush, 3rd and goal, touchdown. Jalen Waddle will level this one back up 7-all. And as we have about 4 minutes left here in the first half, let's jump into this next offensive drive. As we have 2 tight ends down the bottom, 2 receivers up top, will be a play action roll to the top. Going deep, gonna have, I think that's Chase. It is Chase inside the 40. Honestly, didn't see him around a whole lot last episode. Going to need to see him come through for us in this episode. 1, because we're trying to win the Super Bowl, but also because, again, we're missing 2 of our starting receivers, or at least 2 of the starting rotation. Chark normally our starting slot man, and then Marshall, whenever we go 4 wide, which we do often, he comes out on the outside. So 2 integral parts of that should have been a 2nd pick for Burrow. We get lucky and have a 3rd and 8 instead. With an ace formation, about 3 minutes left, drop back pass, sitting, waiting, down to the bottom, a nice catch there from Chase, but they don't give us the first. I don't know about that spotting, but I do know we're going to go for it anyway, as I bring out Mitchell at fullback. Handoff right down the middle, he'll cut to that left-hand side, keep stumbling, bumbling down to the 20, keeping this drive alive. Now as we hit the 2-minute warning, gonna come out with, again, that 2 up top, 2 tight ends to the bottom, sticking with some heavier looks here, just managing that lack of depth that we have at receiver in this game as we find Moreau across the middle, gain of 8, leaving us 2nd and 2, and why not stick with the same look as we're down to the 11. Quick throw across the middle, gonna be Newhouse, keep fighting, bout down to the 6. And from here, a slightly different look, Burrow going to the tried to go to the back of the end zone. Instead, this time it will be his 2nd interception of the game. 2nd for Julian Love, as the Rams will take over. 1 minute 13 seconds left in the half. Those are just the same mistakes we've seen several times from Burrow, as we do have a 3rd and 3, but they pick up 14. If they get into plus territory, we'll definitely jump in. But as it stands, about 30 seconds left in the half. 3rd and 6 dropped. We might have a chance on offense here, depending what they do, with about 20 some odd seconds. Now this time, I'm going to take charge as we come out with that split backfield. We have all of our timeouts, though no one's quite open, so let's try to step up here with Burrow, who has some space, sliding down, getting the 1st down, and then we'll call that 1st timeout. So we probably need to get to around the opposite 40 for at least a field goal attempt. Well, they're sitting pretty deep in coverage, as we have a guy going deep, tossing it up for Jefferson, who makes the grab, doing what Jefferson does. As we call our 2nd timeout, Burrow's arm strength barely got that one there, but the special ability of his receiver well helps out. Now, I would love for Moreau to find his way to that back pylon. Gonna depend what the corner does on the outside, and he sits underneath it. Moreau needed that pass maybe a little bit more deeper onto the inside, though it wasn't an awful pass there from Burrow. Try to send Chase a little bit deeper, though really wants that front pylon. See if he gets that cut to the outside. He gets the catch down at the 1. We'll call that last time out. And to try to put us ahead from the goal line set, 3 seconds left in the first half, it's the fullback right down the middle, following Cushenberry, who had a beautiful block. Have to shout out our center there, as we do take a lead and apparently take no time off the clock as well. So as we jump forward and start the second half, a quick big play, 28 yards, Jalen Waddle, as the Rams trying to level this one up. 2nd and 7, 19 more yards. If they get into the red zone, we'll definitely jump in, though they just get 2. 2nd and 8, 6 yards, and how about if they get the first down, we jump in. A sack, Taekwon McKee on 3rd and 1 forces the field goal attempt, which Young Hoku makes. 14-10, let's see what this offense can do by themselves. If we could just slowly march down the field, get another touchdown on the board, we'll be good, as Burrow has to scramble for it on 3rd. 1st and 10, another 5-yard rush, Burrow. 2nd and 5, a fumble recovered. No idea who fumbled it. Considering how far down the field it was, I could only assume it was a receiver. But the Rams take over. We've definitely played some sloppy ball today. Luckily, we still have a 4-point lead as the Rams take over in plus territory. Hand it off to Kamara, who will gain a few yards. Not as impactful, I feel like, since the start, though we have been simming a little bit, so maybe it actually is still impactful. But he does net them 5 on the first down rush, and they have 2nd and 5 from there. They go right back to him. A good cut as Patrick Queen. We'll say he's following Kamara really well. And they'll need a first down just by 1 yard here on 3rd, though they will start in empty. Will be a pass as Herbert goes down to the bottom and finds his receiver. Some soft coverage there, definitely not helping us out. That was Jalen Waddle with yet another catch, 4 for 43, though I felt like he had more yards. And at least he had the touchdown as they find a different receiver down to the 6. That one is Myers as they head out now in a goal line set, so completely different look here. Play action pass, Herbert waiting, pass rush headed back there as McKee will get his 2nd, or I guess 1.5 on the day. Nice seeing the sophomore DT making plays here in the playoffs, though they will stick with a heavier set here on 2nd and goal back at the 20. It was quite a loss, 14 yards on the previous play. Hand the ball off right down the middle, and Patrick there to slow him down. Eventually, Arden Key will clean it up. They'll net about 2 yards on the play, though it probably should have been a loss of 1. 3rd and goal back at the 18. It's in our favor as we send the blitz as Arden Key does not get the sack, and instead Jalen Waddle was wide open in the end zone. Well, Burrow, you were shaking your head. Let's see what you could do to rebound. And it starts off with 2 straight passes as we move the ball up until knocked away by Owusu Kamara. 3rd and 3. We find Chase for the first down in plus territory. 16 more yards, and you know, why not? Let's jump in from here. Down to the 23, Burrow is in his X factor. In the pistol set with 2 receivers down to the bottom, 1 up top. Hard count, no one jumps. Will be a draw. Davis Price cuts down to the bottom, and just that last cut was not necessary. Only 3.4 yards a carry for Davis Price on the day. So this defense, as expected, they're performing pretty well, holding us to just 14 points up to this point. As Burrow in the pocket goes up top, we'll find Williams, and they give us that first down, but didn't give us the first down earlier. Okay. Refs being a little spotty, but what's new here? It is the NFL as we have a 1st and 10 at the 13. We get another first down at about the 2.5 yard line. Burrow from the pocket, quick slant throw, Jay Jets down to the goal line. Now do we go Davis Price's way or do we go Mitchell's way? Will be a toss up top, and a really bad lead block from the fullback will inevitably be a loss of yardage. Julian Love having himself a pretty good game as we'll change it up entirely. Split backfield on 2nd and goal. Jefferson to that right-hand side, swinging out. Covered really well. Burrow will wait and find Moreau, who trucks the defender, and how is that one not in? Not even going to challenge it, though. We have at least another down. As we go back to the goal line set, just don't go with a toss. It's rated so low in this playbook. Right down the middle, and that time, some much better lead blocking. Davis Price will walk it in as we retake the lead. Now with 4:20 on the clock, can Herbert march this team down the field and find a late lead? They need a touchdown. Field goal does them no good. As they start with a stretch, a great pursuit there from Jones will get the tackle, maybe a gain of 1. We had the early game interception. Would love another one laid on here to help seal it. We've done pretty well at finding those this year, as Herbert right across the middle. Jalen Waddle has put together a fantastic game, probably receiving at least half of the targets, which has also very much helped Herbert as he's in his X factor. With a heavy set, hard count, no one jumps as they go back to Kamara. Down the middle, stuffed by Fulton and McKee. The clock ticks under 3 minutes. 2nd and 8 at about the midfield line. Herbert sitting in the pocket with an awful throw up top. That running back had no idea where he was and very quickly will then leave the field. With an empty look on 3rd and 8, bunched down to the bottom, 2 stacked up top. Herbert, quick throw, will find their tight end, but he goes straight out of bounds. A 4th and 6 at the 49. What does McVay have in store for us? Apparently, it was a punt that he had in store for us, and not a good one. They're going to rely on their 5th-ranked defense to get the job done. As we go with the draw, Davis Price keeps those legs moving, picking up those 3.4 yards that he averages. Herbert on the sideline trying to get his offense prepared if they're given a chance. Though as the 2-minute warning hits, we could very easily run this. Well, you can't really say easily, but we should be able to run the clock here. As we have 2nd and 6 at the 34, plenty of yardage for us to just milk this one down as we go Williams' way, who gets picked up and slammed down. Now the Rams calling a timeout. And on 3rd and 8, back at the 31, at least make it a 4th and 1, 4th and 2 around the 40. I could go for it around there. Burrow from the pocket. Don't need to go for it because Chase gets the first down and up to about midfield. 1 timeout remaining for the Rams. As we stick with the split backfield look, though I really wish we would just hand it off. And we do to Jay Jets, who will actually pick up a couple yards there, as an injury for Grover Stewart will be the last timeout for the Rams. No more stoppage of time for the Rams, at least if we don't throw the ball incomplete or run out of bounds or any more injuries in that instance. As we hand it off, Williams will pick up a few yards, leaving a 3rd and 4 with about a minute on the clock. Ace formation, Davis Price the back, Burrow under center. To seal our spot in the conference championship, it's a pass. Burrow will find Chase. First down, trucks the defender, stumbling, thank you, falling down in bounds. And we could kneel it from there. And this one did not come easy. The Rams defense did come ready to play, and we did see some good play from their offense. But at the end of the day, we were just able to outplay them. We gave up 4 turnovers. How you win a playoff game doing that, no idea. But the 21-17 scoreline is the difference, as we will move on to the NFC Conference Championship against the Giants. As we already start off on offense, we're jumping straight on into it, as it's a dive right down the middle for Davis Price, and we're going to focus primarily on the run game, as they do have one of the best defenses when it comes to stopping the pass. So as we are a little bit healthier at receiver today, we're still going to focus more on the running game. Hopefully that'll help us out in the passing, as we already find JJ on the play action to about midfield. Though this Giants team, near the opposite of what we were just playing against, where it was the defense that got the Rams to the playoffs. This time, it's the offense for the Giants. So to see our best luck, our offense has to be moving, and we got to hope our defense can show up big for us, as Davis Price down the middle swallowed up only 2. But we're already in plus territory with that gain of 2 at the 48. As we come out, 2 tight ends now down to the bottom. It's a play action roll towards the top. Burrow waiting, loading up deep, has our man Chase, takes it to the house, and exactly as planned, let the running game set up the passing game. Burrow, who just got a boost of throw power, shows it off there. Now, funnily enough, this Giants team is basically a Cowboys reunion, with Dak at quarterback and Zeke the running back, as it will be a handoff play 1. Patrick Queen there to slow Zeke down, gain of 4, not too bad considering how wide open that gap was. And on 2nd and 6, they send 2 down to the bottom, though going to hand it off once again back to Zeke, who will get the first down this time, about a gain of 8, maybe 10. So far the first 2 plays on defense has been Zeke and Patrick McQueen. See, I did it again. Why do I want to call him McQueen? Queen in there on the stop again, though. We actually have a little bit of help from Stingley, 2nd and 9 has been 3 straight runs so far for the Giants. As they come out with a tight look, is going to be their first pass right across the middle, knocked out. Patrick Queen. Hopefully he's poised to have his biggest game yet. With 2 receivers to the top and bottom, it's a 3rd and 9. Dak from the pocket across the middle. Here comes Stingley, though we're going to need a little bit of help there from Woods. Those two will get the stop. 4th and 2 at the 46. Do they go for it? It would appear not. So, will be a forced punt for the defense. Though that definitely ended up being a good punt, as we were back inside the 10, though, with a 13-yard gain there from Chase. Outside the 20, back inside the 20 with the penalty, Robert Hunt. 1st and 15, a throwaway. 2nd and 15, Foster Moreau, 13 yards. 3rd and 2, no. Another penalty, backing us up. 3rd and 7, a drop from Justin Jefferson. Not all too realistic, I feel like, but nothing for us. But a lot there for Paris Campbell. 26 yards as they get into plus territory. 15 more Jordan Hood. If they get inside the 20, we'll jump in, and the penalty will do that. Last week, it seemed the turnovers were the problem for us. This week, it's the penalties, as we've already had 2 on the offensive line, 1 on the defensive line now. Zeke stuffed right down the middle, though, still manages to pick up 3. Daniil was there, and then a handful of other guys came in. Should have been a better stop for us. 2nd and 7, motion in the tight end to help lead block as Zeke cuts towards the top. Not going to get the extra yards that time as Milton Williams brings him down, loss of 2. And once again, defense forces a 3rd and 9, this time though in field goal range. Dak Prescott going to roll towards the top. Here comes Milton Williams, will still get the hit in on him and force the throwaway. So it will be a bend but not break situation, as they'll try to tack on 3 points. Snap down, hold up, kick is, I think I switched those. Yeah, either way, it's a field goal. It's always fun when you start talking quicker than you can actually think. As we get 8 yards there, 7 more Moreau. As we get past the 49-yard rush, Burrow to midfield. 6-yard rush, Davis Price, as we end the first quarter with a Justin Jefferson 7-yard catch. From there, we pick up the first down, Foster Moreau. Now inside the red zone, Justin Jefferson, why not jump in? Trying to grab ourselves a 2-score lead as we come out with 2 tight ends down to the bottom, 2 receivers up top in pistol. Joe Burrow has his X factor, though we handed off Pierce down the middle. Did I say Pierce? Davis Price. I don't even know if we have a Pierce on this team. Though all these penalties we keep having is like being pierced in the back. Had to find a way to squeeze the punt in there. 1st and 19. Davis Price breaks the tackle, picking up all the lost yardage, making it the 2nd and 9 that it probably originally was going to be. Then we'll stick with that same look on 2nd and 9. Burrow still has that X factor, as it will be a drop back pass, quick slant. Chase has the space, the little jiggle there, does get away from Humphries and into the end zone. That 2-score lead sure looks nice. But what would look even nicer is if the defense can hold it. As the Giants start with 13, another penalty for us. We're just shooting ourselves in the foot right now. As they get into plus territory, 7 more yards, Zeke to the 40. 4 more yards gets the first down. 2nd and 10, a throwaway from Dak. 2nd and 10, 12 yards to Luke Jones. Interesting name. As they get inside the 25, knocked away Deion Jones. 2nd and 10, thrown away. 3rd and 10, thrown away. Defense once again bends but does not break. However, back to a 1-score game. So, if we could regain that second, that would be nice. They finally have a penalty. We would pick up 5 from Jefferson. 2nd and 5, Landry gets the first down. 1st and 10, 17 yards, Justin Jefferson with about 3 minutes and counting. Davis Price picks up 5 as we go inside the 40, about down to the 35. 3rd and 3. Now 4th and inches. Already done this a couple times today, though that was in the divisional round. Let's go for it in the NFC Conference Championship, cutting to that right-hand side. Just enough of a push up front. This line has done really well so far, at least when I've gone into the running game. So let's hope that continues for the sim part. As we swing it out, Davis Price gets the catch and the first down to the 18, minute and a half, a little bit less than that, as it jumps forward now just over a minute. 2 receivers up top. We're going to go again once down, back to the bottom. Why am I stumbling on these words here? It's quite simple. Just slow down. We don't have to rush it. We could obviously see, and I'm just here to commentate. But we'll stick with that same look from shotgun with the 2 receivers up top, 2 tight ends down to the bottom. Davis Price still the running back. Joe Burrow in his X Factor across the middle, fighting forward, but can't quite get into the end zone. But I love the push there from Chase. And he sets us up with the 1st and goal at the 1. 45 seconds left on the clock. We go with the toss. Break the first tackle attempt, but we will still lose 3. What is always shocking to me is how often we go with the toss despite it being so lowly ranked in the playbook. 2nd and goal, pass this time, not gonna be caught off the hands of Chase. So the 2 best receivers in the game have had drops in this game. 3rd and goal at the 4, 20 seconds and now counting. Burrow waiting, he's gotta get rid of it, and he will, out of bounds. And apparently I'm just a glutton for punishment, as we're going to come out here and go for it on 4th down. They cover the route I was wanting. And I'm pretty sure our receiver was out of bounds, though it won't matter, because it's going to inevitably be a pick, or it's going to be a turnover even if he knocked it down. So probably should have went with a field goal. But hopefully that, well, I was going to say hopefully that won't come back to bite us, as Zeke has an 80-yard run. I don't think we've given up one of those at all this series. Maybe one. I think there was actually one play that we had like a 75-yard. Of course it would come at that point. As we start the second half, Giants have the ball and they're only down 1 point. Very fitting for Madden to give that to Zeke. Madden loves Zeke, just like Colin Cowherd. And a 49-yard touchdown from Paris Campbell, of all players, as the Giants now take a lead about halfway, not even halfway, through the 3rd quarter. All right, offense, maybe make up for my mistakes that seemingly have cost us quite a lot. Didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, as DJ Reader has the penalty, getting us to about midfield. A little bit more from Price, thrown away, 3rd and 5, thrown away, 4th and 5 at the 45. And from here, they thought about bringing out the kicker. Seemed risky to go for it. Seemed like a better opportunity to go for it, try to get the 1st down or punt it. And why not? Let's just dump this one off for Moreau right across the middle. That one seemed like the best option. But let's see if we could finish the drive and retake our lead. Down 5 points currently with 5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Will be a pass from Burrow right across the middle. Gonna find Chase, who's definitely come alive in this episode. We did not see him this much last episode, but he's been one of the primary targets, I feel like, today. We have a 1st and 10, trips down to the bottom one up top. Davis Price in the backfield will take the draw with a good amount of lead blockers, though a flag will come in as we spin off a tackle attempt to the 5, but pretty sure this one's backing up. And that's got to be at least our 8th penalty of the day, as we have a 1st and 11, so it was about 10 yards downfield. Burrow from the pocket here, waiting, got to get rid of it. No, let's actually take a 20-yard sack. Maybe not exactly 20 yards, but it was close enough, as we come out with the ace formation after. All right, quick slant, JJ breaks the tackle, and we have a manageable 3rd down. This team is all over the place, as we're at the 18, needing to get at least 7 yards here. Joe Burrow from the pocket, waiting once again. We'll get rid of it this time. A great catch there from JJ at the 10. We'll get the 1st down. Giants were close to forcing the field goal attempt there, but instead an empty look at the 9 for 1st and goal. Trips down to the bottom, the 2 up top. Burrow across the middle goes to Moreau's way, spinning off the tackle and into the end zone. Moreau continues to impress. And we're going to go for 2 on top of it to make it a field goal game here late on in the 3rd quarter. Burrow waiting across the middle, knocked away as we try to find Jarvis Landry. Humphrey that time doesn't give up the play. So it'll just be a 1-point lead, 2019, as Dak takes the field. Empty set right across the middle. Queen moved out of the way of possibly getting a swat or an easy interception on that. I mean, it was thrown right where he was standing. Instead, gain of 9 for 2nd and 1 as we drop out of the double A gap. And again, I thought we were about to have a pick across the middle. Instead, another catch for the Giants. This time a 1st down up to the 42. As they come out 2 tight ends to the top. 1 receiver all the way up top, 1 off the screen to the bottom. Zeke set to block as we will end up getting a bit of a rush and a A crossbody throw, almost caught. Okay, should have been a sack. Every time they throw a crossbody, should be an interception. Instead, neither of those. And the next play, 2 chances at an interception off the hands of both Tyrann Mathieu and Deion Jones. 3rd and 10. Madden, stop baiting me. Give me the pick on this play. Dak, quick throw, down to the bottom, and thank you. Do I know Madden or do I know Madden? Christian Fulton gets the pick, and we have 1 minute and 25 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, as our offense takes the field at the 35. Obviously, we don't have to score within this minute 25 seconds. I would actually probably prefer we drain some clock. As we hand the ball off right down the middle, Davis Price hesitates off of his own teammate. I think that was maybe Moreau who slowed him down. But Davis Price is having a pretty good game, 5.2 yards a carry on 10 carries. You can do the math there to find out his yards. 1st and 10 will be a quick pass right across the middle. Marshall back from that dislocated wrist. First catch we've seen from him today. As Joe Burrow, 23 of 31, a little bit over 300 passing yards. So not doing too shabby to say the least, considering we were trying to focus on the running game. Pass across the middle will find Jarvis Landry this time for the 1st down, though we will not get the next play off as we do head on into the 4th quarter. It's been neck and neck just about this whole way, though I would surely love to grow upon it as we have the 1-point lead. 2 tight ends down to the bottom, 2 receivers up top from pistol. Hand this one off Davis Price. Maybe should have stuck more to the middle, but breaks at least the 1st tackle, not getting by the 2nd. And we'll change it up on 2nd down. 2 spread either side. Burrow, quick slant, gonna be caught, chase to about the 20. They mark it 21. We'll say we're definitely shaking up the play calls, or at least the formations here, as we now go to the ace formation. Motion over Chase. He'll fake the jet sweep, fake the handoff as a play action going up top to Chase, and we gain nothing. If you're gonna do that, throw it earlier. Would have worked. 2nd and 10 instead, as play action. Just a simple play action as we go up top. Davis Price gained it 2. Hopefully in Madden 24, those sideline catches actually can be a little bit more dynamic. 3rd and 8. With all the receivers down to the bottom, Burrow in the pocket. We hold up well across the middle, and JJ gets the 1st down, still pushing down to about the 2.5-yard line. And from there, looks like it's going to be the big boys' turn as we come out with the goal line and tossing it once again. A spin move from Davis Price. And it works. We saw a fake spin a couple seasons ago, I think, at this point. This time the full spin. And we will widen our lead. Now, some of you may not like this call, as we're currently up 7. I want to make it a 2-score game here, so we're going for the 2-point conversion. You could take the 8, but I want more than that. Why did no receiver finish running their route? As we're just scrambling here, and apparently that's the receiver we're going to, Marshall. Well, will actually be a loss of about 15 yards on the play, but we at least have the touchdown lead. Whenever there's risk, there's reward, but there's also failing. And obviously we failed on that one, though it could have been good if we got it. And instead, Dak looking to scramble down to the bottom, and he's juking and jiving, and apparently I have a low battery in my controller, despite the fact it just sits on the charger all the time. Explain that to me, I don't know. 2nd and 3 with 3 receivers up top. About 4.5 minutes left. Dak looking to maybe scramble once again. No, throws it cross body inaccurately. Dak has only completed 50% of his passes today, has a touchdown, but also an interception. So really sitting at mid, I will say, as he looks to scramble. Arden Key comes in with the big hit on 3rd and short. They'll have a 4th and 10 back at the 27. I expect a punt, and it does look like they will be. But we'll have our chance to seal our spot in the Super Bowl by just draining some clock late on. A nice juke there as another flag comes in. I think we're about to see our 12th penalty. It's just gotta be one thing or another in these games. Last one was the turnovers. This time it's just an absurd amount of penalties. Maybe in a way it'll help us drain some more clock, who knows? As we have a 2nd and 15 after getting really nothing there on the 1st down. We'll spread wide, will be a pass. Burrow going across the middle as we have Chase once again. 1st down at the 41. Giants have not elected to start using their timeouts yet, as we have about 2.5 minutes left in this one. It will be a pistol pass across the middle, intercepted right to him as he breaks to the outside. Chase in pursuit. The Giants can level this game up with 2.5 minutes themselves with all 3 timeouts. I take Madden heard me complaining about the penalties and said, you want to go back to the turnovers? Because we could go back to the turnovers. With a throw up top, we'll find Zeke powering through Woods. We'll pick up about 8-9 yards. And they'll actually snap the ball right before the 2-minute warning. It's the read option, and I thought we were going to get the stop, but no. It's a first down headed inside the 2-minute. As they'll come out with an I formation. One receiver semi-close down at the bottom. They go Zeke's way down the middle, and that could have very easily been a touchdown if he had a little bit more of a burst there. Instead, second and goal, pass from Dak, going up top, and they have their man. With the point after, this game is tied. Well, it wouldn't be a playoff bonanza without a little bit of some drama in here, as we have about 1.5 minutes, all 3 timeouts back at the 26 to at least get a field goal. Right across the middle, we find Moreau. And in one play, move that ball up 20 yards. We just need about 20 more to feel safe. With a 1st and 10, about a minute on the clock across the middle, Davis Price will pick up about 10. Burrow has thrown 40 passes today, and we might need to throw about 2-3 more. This might be one of those last ones across the middle. Davis Price, juking and jiving, just hold on to the ball inside the 40. And we'll maybe run one more play, setting up the field goal. Joe Burrow from shotgun, draw right down the middle. Williams powering down to the 8 timeout called. And from there, Cade York will head out to kick the game-winning field goal from the 36, mark it a 46-yarder. Plenty of power right down the middle. 4 seconds left on the clock. Defense will just have to get one more stop. Wow, they're actually going to return this with next to no time. We will get the stop. And Madden will break. With 0 seconds on the clock, they're forcing at least another play. So let's just send everyone deep and see if this will trigger something. If not, I'll have to quit out, and that should still keep the score. However, it looks like they're not even going to snap the ball. So, okay. Great job, Madden. Let's see if this works. Quit the game. Fingers crossed. And it will keep track of the score. It's a close win. We don't get any of the fun animation at the end. But Cade York does hit the game-winning field goal, as we will move on to the Super Bowl at the end of Season 4. And now for the finale of our playoff bonanza. We start on offense, empty set. Joe Burrow gets rid of it just in time, as he will find Jarvis Landry close. Not close enough for the first down. Will be 2nd and inches. This team, I would have thought, would have been a year 1 Super Bowl team. Maybe not one, but at least making it there, as a fumble is scooped up by Marshall. Okay, saving Davis Price there, and me. But yeah, I definitely thought this team would have been a year 1 Super Bowl playoff team, but it took until Season 4 to finally make it to the playoffs without a whole lot of help from a lot of draftees. We've just had to make some trades and let some guys develop. Though apparently we haven't developed past the point of these penalties not being a problem for us, as we have a 1st and 20 back inside the 30. Will be a play action as Burrow loads up deep. That arm strength not good, but JJ is. Just boxes out the DB and gets the catch all the way down at the 19. That is a Super Bowl catch. For a 1st and 10, 3 down to the bottom, 1 up top. Burrow set to let it rip again with that X factor. Goes up top. Toe taps is Williams. He'll pick up 7, leaving 2nd and 3. From the pistol, 2 up top, 1 down to the bottom. Though we're going to make an audible as we go to the run. Davis Price right down the middle. Chris Jones, not a problem for him. And we'll have our first and goal of the Super Bowl with that split backfield. Look for Jefferson on the quick wheel. No, we go Moreau's way instead, and he's not powering his way into the end zone that time, but down to the inch line with the goal line set. Please don't go with a toss, it never works. And it's gonna be the straight power dive and in. No one close as Davis Price takes the Super Bowl lead, though that spike, not good. The touchdown drive was. Though we'll need to see if our defense can have just as good of a first drive. As it's a tight shotgun set here for the Chiefs, they hand it off right down the middle with some room to run. Gaining the first down is Taylor. He's going to be a tough guy to stop today. And they also have some other threats. They do have a superstar receiver out up top. So some definite guys we need to try to slow down. With a pass up top, that'll do it. An interception, Christian Fulton. Taylor comes in to get the quick tackle, but we'll take over in plus territory. Perfectly, setting us up for an opportunity to widen our lead. 2 touchdowns early on would surely be nice. With a quick throw up top, Jay Jets. About a gain of 9.5. Passing game seemingly working pretty well to start off with. 2nd and 1, do we go to the run game here with a hard count? No, it will be a pass. Burrow just sitting there is Marshall. He'll take the easy catch. Already Burrow just shy of 100 yards, needs 7 more. And we've only had a possession and a half-ish as we go with the run. Price breaks the tackle, spinning, not going to get away from Jones, but does push him down for a gain of 6 as we have a 2nd and 4. 2 tight ends down to the bottom, 2 receivers up top from pistol. Burrow hands it off and swallowed at the line and fighting back to actually still lose 2. So from 3rd and 6, we'll change it up. Shotgun look, trips up top, 1 down to the bottom is Chase. Williams checks in, but he goes out on a route. And we go down to Chase, who gets smacked, and the ball pops out. So instead of the touchdown, will be a field goal, though we obviously hadn't gotten to the end zone yet, but I was sure hoping we would. But I'll take the field goal here as Cade York knocks it through the uprights, 10-0. And we will do a little bit of some simming in this Super Bowl just because it's been a long episode. So let's try to see what we could do as Arden Key gets a sack. 2nd and 15, a throwaway from Meeks. However, Quintez Cephas picks up 26 on 3rd and long. If they get down inside the 25, we'll definitely jump in as we move on into the 2nd quarter. And I feel like we missed a play. Well, they're definitely inside the 25. Let's see if they get the first down. No. So they'll at least not even get the field goal. A miss, a 41-yard miss for Braden Harrell as we'll take over at the 31. If we get into plus territory, we'll jump in. 3rd and 5. Yeah, that'll do it. Currently up 10, trying to widen that with the ace formation. Burrow is in his X factor. 2-step drop, rocketed up top. Jefferson first down, about a gain of 13, maybe 14. Burrow 8 of 10 and 120 yards passing on the day, as we'll stick with that ace formation. Still going to be the quick step drop, going up top this time. Newhouse turns, shakes the defender, but can't stay in bounds. And surprisingly, he hasn't really gotten much involved this year, despite me putting in a lot more 2 tight end sets. Burrow just hasn't really gone his way often, as we go Chase here on 3 straight slant routes. Though obviously, when we went to the tight end, it was the flat, but you know, the slant play. As we work the ball down to the 21, still staying with that ace formation. This time not slants, dive down the middle, and maybe about a gain of actually 3. The line just had too good of a push. I thought it was only a gain of 1. We'll change it up. Pistol here. 2 down to the bottom, 1 up top. Burrow still in that X factor. Hand it off. Price with some space. Lowers the shoulder, but is not going to get through both the safeties down to the 5. Trying to cap off this drive. We head out in the goal line set back at about the 4.5-yard line. Burrow will hand it off straight down the middle. Williams should have cut to the top, but no problem because he will eventually find that gap as he stumbles into the end zone. Cameraman's drunk. 3-score game. Well, it's just been a hot start here for our Saints as we're trying to march our way on down to a Super Bowl win, but at the same time, Chiefs trying to march their way down to at least getting some points on the board. As they get a first down there, Quintez Cephas, 8 more yards, Taylor. Down to the 20, actually the 19, we'll jump in. And it seems a pretty good time to do so as we just moved inside the 2-minute warning. A shotgun set here for the Chiefs, which with a quick pass that actually is caught, broken tackle, and an even better time to jump in as the Chiefs find their first points of the game, still leaving about 2 minutes on the clock for us to try to rebound. And we'll do so, or try to do so, with 1:50 and 3 timeouts starting back at the 25. Burrow across the middle will barely squeeze that one in to Jamar Chase. Could have easily been knocked away, but instead gain of 7 as we're looking for 7. Also looking for the 3 for the first down here. As Burrow across the middle, off the top helmet, and almost caught and intercepted at the same time. The ball will eventually hit the turf as we have 3rd and 3. With the 2 tight ends up top, 2 receivers down to the bottom. Will be the quick throw and off the back of Moreau and almost intercepted. So nothing for us, and actually the Chiefs will still have an opportunity for points before half as we will boot this one away. Hopefully it's a good one. We at least have the defenders coming in, and it will start at about the 23. Though right now would be a perfect time for this defense to force a turnover. We normally get at least 1 a game. This is a 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Sitting in the pocket, dumping this one down and inaccurately going for Taylor. So it'll be 2nd and 10 with 1:10 at the 24. There was no 10 there. But either way, a 2nd and 10 here for the Chiefs as they will go once again back down to the bottom, this time finding their target, a short gain, leaving 3rd and 7. But they do stop the clock as he falls out of bounds. At the 28, Chiefs looking for at least a field goal, I would think, here before half. And that was a perfect opportunity for that turnover I was hoping we would get, but we do get the stop now, this time with about a minute on the clock. Now, as this could be one of the last times I'll have a chance to play with this team, let's head out here to run this 52nd offense. See what we could do. I tried to go Wise way, but we'll find him later instead. Marshall, wide open spaces, and that will work out pretty well. Tried to find him earlier in his route. I'm glad we didn't. It's not often that when you try to throw a ball and accidentally pump fake, it ends up working in your favor. That time it does, as we find Marshall up 24-7. 29 yards from Jerome Hooker. They have 1 timeout left at the 35. Can they get anything done here? They get 7 more, 10 seconds left. Incomplete pass thrown away, 7 seconds left. They pick up 6, and they do end up managing a field goal. I'm assuming with a last-second kick, though it did not give us the timeout or the actual field goal animation, because Madden's Madden as we start off with a pick. We're starting at the 17. Not long ago was I talking about how the fact that we get at least normally 1 turnover a game. Greedy Williams with the INT, and we have an opportunity to widen our lead. As we go out wide, Davis Price will pick up 5 yards. Seems like we've slowed down the passing a little bit in that second quarter. Burrow had around 10 by the end of the first, and we've had 7. So, I mean, slowed down a little bit, but not drastically, as Davis Price almost went beast mode there. Instead, 3rd and inches, for which we'll try to convert from shotgun. 3 spread to the top, Moreau at the bottom of the line. Will be a pass. Burrow down to Davis Price, who cannot turn down the sideline, but the first down to the 2. And from there, we'll try to possibly at least finish this one out on the ground. It will be the power run towards the top, stumbling the turf monster, saves the touchdown. Guess it just wasn't meant to be on that play. We'll let the clock run and guess a little bit then. 2nd and goal, we go with the toss down to the bottom with a little bit of a lead block, but we are still going to lose 3 yards on the play. And on 3rd and goal, we leave the goal line set entirely. Spread wide, Burrow down to the bottom, Davis Price as he falls forward, crosses the ball across the plane and into the end zone. A receiving touchdown instead for Davis Price. And with that, we'll open up a 21-point lead as we're about approaching the halfway point of the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 4, they throw it away. 4th and 4, they do end up punting away. So the Chiefs just haven't been able to keep up. We've been too good, both offense and defense. As we continue marching down the field here, looking for another touchdown, perhaps throw away. Then we get 14 yards the next play. And you know what we're about to do? And if you didn't, that was jump in and see if we could watch ourselves score another touchdown. 3 up top, 1 down to the bottom. It's a draw for Davis Price, right down the middle, trucking through. Oh, Chris Jones. Not a great play for him there, though. He was being blocked and getting trucked at the same time. Not what you love to see as a DT. 2nd and 2. Strong run right down the middle as we cut towards the top, and Davis Price almost grabs another. He's had 2 touchdowns today, 1 running, 1 through the air, and is looking for a 3rd. Call it a hat trick? No! Ruining the celebration there, 92. With a good block, Shed gets the stop at the 1. Though we'll stick with that look, maybe flipping the strong side towards the top, but it's the fullback dive! Not gonna be a hat trick at least yet. For Davis Price, we give it to the fullback and he gets the job done. Well, it took 4 seasons to make it to the Super Bowl, and it looks like we're trying to pack in 4 seasons worth of scoring in that Super Bowl. Up 28 points, a sack from Tyquan McKee. As they have a 3rd and 9, a sack from Milton Williams. I don't think they've gotten, and a sack from Daniil Hunter as they go for it on 4th down. I'm going to say, I don't think they've gotten past midfield in a little while. As we have a 3rd and 3 ourselves, Marshall shows up, 21-yard touchdown as we open this thing up even more. Now a 35-point margin of what should be a victory as the Chiefs get 17 yards there at least. Hooker's been showing up consistently for the Chiefs, I will say. Cephas has also had some good plays as they do cross midfield but then go back across as Daniil Hunter gets the sack. 2nd and 15 knocked away. 3rd and 15, they pick up 9. 4th and 6, I'm assuming they go for it. No. Seems like they've given up. They punt away. We get the ball to Landry. Another 5 to Davis Price. Picking up the 1st down is Davis Price as we're about under 4 minutes here. Just letting this clock drain. And we might, if we get past if we get the 1st down, which is 3rd and 13, which we don't get. So never mind though. I was going to say if we get the ball back, we'll jump out there on, I could still say it. If we get the ball back here on offense, we'll jump out there and help run out this clock as they do pick up 29 yards Cephas at the 2-minute warning. Mills, or Meek, I was thinking Meek Mills in my head. Cephas gets the touchdown, 25 yards, and they finally find themselves a 2nd half score. But for the last time, we will head out here with the offense set to just try to drain this clock with 1 minute and 30 seconds and counting. This challenge was just that. It was challenging. I again expected this team as we lower the shoulder on 36. 1st down Davis Price and apparently run hurry up. Okay. But yeah, I definitely expected this offense to do so much better early on. The defense, I was a little bit hit or miss on at the beginning. And, I'm going to call a timeout here because I think Madden thinks that I set it for a hurry up when I told it to chew clock. But yeah, I expected this team to do well from the beginning, and they really didn't. It took until about the midway point of Season 4 for that team to show up that I thought we would have day 1. And we traded a lot of guys away early on to help us acquire some other guys, and we did eventually end up bringing back some of those guys, Jarvis Landry, Tyrann Mathieu, but at the end of it, we ended up with a really good team, and a team I definitely thought would win the Super Bowl as we toss this one out for Chase. One hand grab. That is the mic drop of this series. Joe Burrow throwing the deepest pass we've seen from him. With 2 seconds left in the Super Bowl, that one flew through the air about 60 yards. Dropping it on in, one hand grab from Chase. Though, was that 2nd foot in? We might actually have this one go to replay, though. This angle isn't going to show us anything. Great job, Madden. And no replay, so just straight up the most perfect pass to finish off this series. But it will be a 52-17 Super Bowl win for the Louisiana State Only challenge, not only concluding this challenge, but concluding Madden 23. As tomorrow, later than normal, we will be debuting our Madden 24 traditional franchise, but this team just absolutely stacked with top-end talent. And finally, I think this year Joe Burrow took that step that he probably should have had since day 1. As Joe Burrow puts together his best performance, 350 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, including that late bomb. But at the end of it, we have Drew Brees, who brought home yet another Super Bowl to Louisiana, as he's up there with Burrow, Jefferson, I believe that's Patrick up there, Patrick Queen, who I called McQueen so many times. That offense was just absolutely stacked. Defense showed up for us. But that is it for the Louisiana State Only Challenge. And on top of the Lombardi, we will also be taking home Best Defensive Line with Daniil Hunter, who was also second in voting for Defensive Player of the Year. But that will conclude this series and all of the Madden 23 series. As mentioned, tomorrow I will be releasing much later than normal. I typically release them at around 12:30. It's typically when my full-length videos go out, but due to me not being able to actually have it downloaded and play it and record a video early enough to get it out at that point, tomorrow's video will be out much later, but it will be the first video of Madden 24 announcing who we are going to be using for the traditional franchise. As for the state-only challenge, head to the community tab right after this video and vote on who you guys would like us to start with on Madden 24. As mentioned a lot of times throughout this video, I expected this one to go a lot smoother than it did, but we just managed to wrap it up right before Madden 24, so I guess it was all for a good reason. So, hope you guys enjoyed the Louisiana State Only Challenge. I hope you enjoy the next one, which again, you get to go vote for, so go do that. You could also vote on Twitter. You could vote on both, and you could just have 2 votes tallied. So, go do that if you wish. But that will do it for us here. To make sure you don't miss the start of Madden 24, hit that bear icon on the bottom right, or scroll down, hit the actual subscription button, and tick that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. As Madden 24 starts that fresh season, really, of Madden 24, we'll be doing 4 videos a week of the traditional franchise, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And the state-only challenges will continue on Wednesday and Saturday. We're going to take a little break from FIFA for a little bit, and that'll come back at a later point. But the main focus with Madden 24 dropping tomorrow is, well, playing Madden 24. So I hope you guys enjoy all the content coming your way. And until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
How it's supposed to feel.